The human team is actually insanely cracked for being able to pull this off. So as you can tell, we are doing Nid finally with a human team. The only slight difference is, yeah, it's not a full human team, but we had to get our demonic beast unit, which in this case is going to be LR Liz. We have Chaos Arthur, because he's pretty good, pretty strong. Yuri, if you missed her, that kind of sucks, because she's kind of goated. I mean, these roses go hard, boosting basic stats of all humans. Roses are minus 10% damage dealt, so that's really big against Niddhoggr. Not to mention, her relic is a increase on crit res and crit def. And then this is, I would say, a flex DPS slot, which could be LR Escanor. But I like Roxy because that little extra damage when you crit on single targets, it's pretty helpful. And I think it actually helps clear when your damage is pretty close. So, in terms of gear, obviously Arthur scales life HP. If you're playing this right, he's gonna have his taunt up like majority of the time, right? Really, realistically, nobody else takes too much damage besides AoE. I did slap Tarmiel on Yuri, and she does have HP gear because I wanted to play it safe, but she can get away with attack crit actually. And then I don't even think this team needs Tarmiel because when he's stanced up or taunted up, he barely takes any damage. He's incredibly tanky. And if anybody gets low, right, you have the heal flood attack from Liz. You also have your cleanse, and you also have your ultimate heal, which you can literally cycle every turn if you get her cards. So she's incredible. They already said Roxy. She's there for the splash damage. There's enough humans here to boost her crit chance to still be able to crit Nid pretty often. So if you have to take anybody out, if you're swapping out Yuri for like a non-human, anybody really for a non-human that's a human, you're cucking Arthur's damage, you're cucking Roxy's damage. It's not a good time. I would say this is pretty close to being as efficient, I guess, for humans on Nid as possible. And then your standard demonic beast set boosting the basic stats. So that's a team comp. Let's get into it. Alright, so floor 1, pretty simple stuff. He doesn't do anything too crazy on phase 1. We're just going to, I like to use these 3 attacks, double Roxy, the AoE from, what's her name, Yuri? And then move a Liz card. I can move the Liz card. If you double Liz, right, you're going to get the ult the turn after, because of how her passive works. Pretty decent damage, 70% HP, not bad. We get 1 rose stack. We get a merge, so Arthur's already chaosed up. He's not controlled yet, so he is going to single target Liz, which is fine. We can actually double Liz here, because he does debuff across the board. Yeah, we get chaos control on our turn. It's the start of our turn. So we double Liz, cleanse up. Anything really kills here? We'll just throw out this AoE, probably. We got 2 roses, so he's dealing even less damage. The nice thing about the Liz ult is it's also an attack-related buff for everybody. So that's going to help our damage even further. AoE gets the job done, 303. That's pretty nice. So, another reason that Yuri is so good here is because of the stance cancel, which we saved for phase 2 specifically, and we pulled an extra one. So we're going to start with the ult. We'll fill our gauges up by 2 for everybody. Double stance cancel. And unfortunately, Arthur isn't going to have chaos control here. I don't think. Call of Chaos stack. Show me his bars. Oh, was that it? That might have been chaos. 252. Oh yeah, he still has it. Okay, we're looking good. And that's with an attack buff. 2 final damage decrease buffs removed. He's extorting. I mean, look at the damage. It's not. He's barely doing anything to me. That's with extorts, right? He's buffed, I'm debuffed. It's pretty simple there. We're going to go ahead and remove the last stance. Double ult, get a merge, and we'll move Arthur. I don't want to waste this card. Double ult's probably killing. Roxy's definitely critting, so we're getting the splash damage. Ooh, double ult's overkill. Oh well. Alright, so moving on to phase 3. You can one-shot this nowadays because of the nerf they did to this a while back, like last year. Especially with an ult. Everybody's full HP. We hit with the Arthur, who probably lifesteal enough to be full HP, so we'll just full send attacks. An ult does 40% to the gauge. a silver attack does 15? 20? Something like that? Oh my god, no. Wait, what? Okay, I don't remember how this works at all, but you clear phase 3 pretty quickly, so that's the point of this. And our HP's looking good. So I think only Arthur was missing any if his lifesteal didn't really pop off there, but let's move on. Alright, we hit floor 2. This is where we need to pay attention to a couple more mechanics. So he does have the immortality buff. He does his spore nonsense here. We're going to do the same opening that we did, right? Double Roxy, move Liz, and use the Yuri AoE. Let's see what the damage looks like here. It's still pretty good. It's like a little more than 70%. It was like, like 60, 62%, 63%, something like that. I don't know. AoE. We could double Liz here again, get her ults. Oh yeah, triple AoEs here. Hella corrosion stacks. We could double Liz. If we do, we will kill, because that is going to strip the buff. Otherwise, he's going to get like 10 final damage decrease stacks. So, we're going to throw that strip on last. Because I think with the splash damage, it will... Because he gets the recovery when you kill him. And then the splash damage will wipe that out. Yeah, so... we'll do the buff strip, finishes him off. Corrosion does hurt a little bit. But we should have our ult here. We heal up. We pulled an extra stance cancel. So we'll go ahead and probably ult double stance cancel. Arthur does have chaos. And again, we have the attack related buff. So this is actually the same situation as the previous floor for phase 2. Yuri is successfully critting, which I'm surprised about. I don't remember her crit rate, but it's good. It's good enough. And she's getting the damage boost from Roxy, which is what we like to see. Arthur's still hitting numbers with that final damage reduction up. And we have our taunt up, so we get ult locked, we get dissolved, and we get defense down. Great. We could cleanse it. Do I care? He's one off ults. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll double ult here, and we'll get our Arthur ults. We're really cycling our ults well. Once you get the Liz ult down, since it fills up 2 gauges, it's really, really easy. Perfect. Perfect finish. AoE kills him off before he can even ult. And we're on phase 3. Now this phase 3 is going to take a little longer, because I think you have to deal 50% of his HP. He has to be below 50% of his HP at the start of his turns. And that's how you remove 33% of the gauge. So we're going to try to space out our damage. Not going to ult yet because we're not missing health. I think he does eventually stance. So we're going to try to hold on to 1 stance cancel. I think every time we attack, he gets that blue buff. No, not every time we attack. Maybe it's every turn he gets it. 369 on the chaos attack. Looks good. He does have... there, yeah, it's every turn. Okay. Oh, man. This is looking like a tough hand. But at the same time, we can literally get rid of every single card. So we get a full refresh here. A full do-over, if you will. So we'll cleanse an ult. This will pull out a gold. Do we burn the gold? And take the silver merge? Is it a waste? It's probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, we'll fill HP. And hopefully we get a... I'm pretty sure he stances next turn. Or the turn after. Which will be right when we are either about to kill or beforehand. I can't remember. Just give me a stance cancel just in case. Okay, give me 3. That's fine. We got the merge, so I'm not worried about it. We're 1 off ults from Roxy. Oh yeah, actually, everybody. Okay, so we Liz ult, everyone gets ult. Chaos is up, so we're taunting if he decides to not AoE. There we go. He does have buff strip on a single target. Luckily, we're taunted, so it's only going to apply to Arthur, which we're not worried about, because he's king. I like how I just said double stance. I needed the stance cancel, and then I burned them. Without even thinking. I don't actually... It's phase floor 3 that he stances on phase 3. I didn't see a stance, at least upcoming. He dies next turn anyways, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we're going to end the run, hopefully with this Lizzle. And then we're chilling. We're full HP. And he's got a lot of stacks, a lot of HP stacks. Explosion does like nothing. We're hella corroded. Ooh. Oh, is that an Oxidize attack? Rank down and dissolve, so no ult from Liz, which is sad. So I'm gonna double flood, hope that heals an okay amount. And then I guess Arthur's just gonna kill here. Oh, we didn't hit a crit. That's tough. Oh well. Let me see this HP. Are we gonna be okay? Are we safe? Yeah, that's good enough. We'll move on. So now we are on floor 3, which is going to be the hardest floor. So unfortunately, we cannot one-tap phase 1. So we're going to have to play this a little differently than you would with the Angel team. And I think the Ragnarok team also can one-tap floor 1. Now maybe if it was with Escanor, and we like double Eska, double Arthur maybe? Since Arthur or Eska doesn't have that weak AoE. But no matter. It's better. It's probably better to learn it this way in case a team can't one-shot it. So when you don't kill, you go straight to 54% gauge, which is crazy. So the best way to lower the gauge here is going to be consecutive ults back to back to back. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fish for Liz ult, and with some potentially lucky merges and minor skill movement, we push everyone's gauge up to 2, up to 3, and with Liz ult, we put everyone to max, and then hopefully, I believe a triple ult will take him to 0 gauge, and then we kill him with the 4th card. So from 54 to 91, incredible. We're withering him down, whittle him down. Gets the attack buff, he gets a final damage decrease buff, which can be tricky to deal with. Does some pretty good damage here, so we absolutely have to ult. Arthur's a couple away and Yuri's a couple away, so we're going to move and use Arthur, and we'll move Yuri. I kind of want to keep most of their cards. It's pretty good damage. He's 1 HP off. He is debuffed. Or not debuffed, he is still buffed. Hits us with the ults. Now, when you use a card on that turn, the turn before, it gets locked. So we have the debuff disable right now. We specifically use the Arthur debuff so that we wouldn't be attack sealed. So now that he's countered, he's putting up his counter. We have triple ult. We'll hit right through the counter. An ult does 33%. And luckily he has no HP left after you triple ult at 0. So we're not worried about the counter anymore. And the AoE finishes him off. Nice. So we get to save our stance cancel for phase 2. Now this team, I guess, has less consistent stance cancels, because there's just less in general, you just have Yuri's. But that might be all we need. Now when I play this, I like to stance cancel like as least amount as possible, because every time you stance cancel it increases his gauge. Now with the human team, they deal pretty good damage, especially with the Roxy Splash. You kind of ignore some of the final damage decrease. So as you can see, triple single targets are critting. We've already dealt more than half of his HP. We've only removed 1 final damage decrease buff. So I think that might be trickier with Angels. Obviously the team is pretty insane with all of their buff stacking. The other thing that I found out with the Angels for me is that when Freya gets extorted here, she comes close to death. She's not as tanky as a chaos taunting Arthur, which we'll see once Big Man starts doing that nonsense. So again, we're not stance canceling, we're saving them up. Just gonna throw some AoEs out, throw the single target out, get the heal, pushes Liz ults. And we're taunted with Arthur, so he's gonna keep focusing him. And he's chilling. He is chillaxing. Stance is up. He gets his final damage back. We're gonna ult first because we get the attack buff. Then we'll stance cancel. And the ult, he's actually, that is the weakness that we revealed from the first stance cancel. So we'll actually be removing a little extra from the immortality gauge with our ults. So 5% there, just for healing. Take the gauge off, or take the counter off, increase the gauge 15%. Ult hits for 6, single target hits for 2. So he's pretty much at death's door now. AoE extort, we're taunting with Arthur again. So let's see this damage. Phase 3 extort. No crit. Maybe a quarter. And maybe another quarter. Maybe a little less. Maybe a fifth, but he's chilling. So, we could cleanse, we could buff strip. With the Roxy ult, it's killing regardless. Because it's 6... I think it's 6% on the gauge. A rank 2... I don't remember how much rank 2 is. We're gonna find out here. It does 1. Doesn't matter. So 6 on Roxy, and then... Oh, even the cleanse did something. Okay, we're chilling. It doesn't matter. We're overcalculating it. The point is that we're able to get his gauge down relatively easily. Now, phase 3 on floor 3 is deal a ton of damage, like a lot. So he has this crazy, like 5 regeneration buffs. So he's gonna full heal every turn. There's a chart. Based on how much damage you deal is gonna decide how much of his immortality gauge he removes. I think the idea is to do 75% of his HP maybe, and you remove 25% of the gauge. I don't remember exactly. We didn't do anywhere near that. So we did, what is that, 13 off the gauge? So we're moving slowly here. But hopefully we get good damage cards. So we're off to a good start. We have a gold Roxy single target. Potentially a gold Arthur single target, which obviously we're going to space that out. Still going for Arthur. Now he's actually single targeting Arthur without the Chaos taunt. Because at this point Arthur is the lowest HP unit. So kind of just works out for him. And I think, like I said, during the setup, it makes the... I really didn't read Tarmiel on Roxy. Not Roxy, Yuri. She didn't really need HP gear, because she... No one's really taken too much damage. I think there might have been one instance where she was close to death, and we had the Liz ults. I think which is at the start of this turn. Or phase. No, floor. Jesus. Mixing everything up. The gold single target from Roxy does 1.7 million. So, that does all the damage we need right there. Down to 62%. Still kind of riding this out. Now he does stance. It's this floor that he does his stances on phase 3, not floor 2. So when we see the next stance cancel, we definitely want to hold on to that. I think it's also a reflect. Yep, there's the stance. Okay. We might want to clear this little chunk up, just so that I can guarantee I'm more likely to get a stance cancel. So that's going to get Liz ults. Roxy ult down, 1.8. Insane. It's going to be another 25% off the gauge. Now, we're definitely overkilling here, but like I said, definitely wanted to draw some cards. So give me a stance cancel. We got 2. Perfect. He does his AoE. Look at Arthur. He took like no damage. That's with the Arthur ult buff, which I forgot what it's called. Power of Chaos to your allies. And the nice thing about that, it's not even humans. It's just everybody. Same thing with Liz passive. Her boosts apply to just everybody, which is nice. So, we're going to cleanse the ignites, stance cancel, and damage up. 'Cause I don't think we need to heal quite yet. I want to hold it. So it'll also be the boost to our ults. We're chilling. Sad thing is, we only have 2 cards for damage. Arthur, did he have Chaos here? Yeah, he probably did. 762. 637. Not bad, not bad. He's at 12%, so we need to do this one more time. I think we need to do the whole gauge. We get another 25% off. you know, bargain sale here. That's what we're looking for. Which we can do. We got really strong single targets. He's ulting, so I guess I'll save my heal post-ult in case it does damage this time around for some reason. So, and we do have the stance cancel in case he stances again, which is a possibility. I don't remember how many times he stances. If I had to guess, it's probably every 3 turns. So 44 splash damage, 586 to 655. We're definitely doing his whole health. We're gonna chip off that last regeneration buff. Yeah, that's his whole health. That should be 0 there. Nice. He gets his all-stat buff. That'll be tricky. Ooh. I don't think we're one-shotting here. But I am afraid of the all-stat buff. I wonder how much damage he'll be doing. Ooh. A good amount. Chaos. Still a strong taunt. I don't think we're one-shotting here. I think we need to heal. Might get away without cleansing. Ignite's hurt, for sure. But we'll see what this damage looks like. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing we decided to heal. We weren't one-shotting this man with all stats up. Just fine, we can delay. I think we're doing about half, probably. Yeah. Not to mention, this is with a consistent 3 stacks of the roses. So without Yuri, there's a good chance we would have died at some points. Because I know he's gotten us pretty low a couple of times, but the Liz ult is too clutch. Now he is doing his thing here. He's doing his little counter, so we're going to need to stance cancel that. The stance is also a reflect, so if we were to just ult into it, we would die. So we'll move that. Take that right off. And then triple ult. And we're chilling. And that is Nid. That's all 3 floors. Humans up, baby. If you guys liked it, drop a thumb. Maybe sub if you're into that. And I'll see you in the next one.